Alrighty, hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Laura, this is Bailey. He's very sleepy and warm today. Here on my channel I talk about mental health, minimalism, lifestyle, and currently I am about 36 weeks pregnant with my first baby, and my husband and I recently moved from New Zealand to Germany, and we will be having our baby here and are planning to live here for the foreseeable future. So there's a lot going on right now. And I also realized that there is a lot of content that I want to get done before baby comes. So hopefully there's going to be a lot of videos out in the next wee while, so stick around for those. Today's video is about what I am doing to prepare for my first labor, birth, delivery, what those things are, why I'm doing those, how I'm feeling, all of that good stuff. So let's get into it. Okay, so for a bit of background, this is my first pregnancy. I am 29 years old. We are planning on having an unmedicated birth in a birth center here in Germany, which is very well supported by evidence and is attended by very highly trained midwives. So it's a very safe, evidence-based experience that we are going for. Generally, I'm pretty fit and healthy. I was never like the most active person and am definitely not the most active person, but I definitely still am pretty healthy. So that's sort of background to where I am at. I'm feeling quite excited for birth, to be quite honest. Like, I feel like we've been waiting for this for a while. Let me catch my breath. Honestly, you do just get out of breath talking in third trimester. Yeah, we're really excited for it. I think that it took us 16 months to get pregnant. And now with baby here and with everything that we had to do to move to this country, I just feel like we've done so much. We're now like, okay, cool. Where's the thing? When is it happening? So yeah, we're really looking forward to that experience and to then having baby here with us. So yeah, let's get into all of the things I'm doing to prepare for that. All right, so I'll do the food things first. So I am having dates. I know the packet rustled, that doesn't mean it's for you, buddy. Does not believe. He's like, that is definitely for me. Yeah, I'm having dates. I'm gonna have one right now, actually. Dates are meant to help, I think, soften your cervix. No, you can't have this. No, this isn't for you. No, you're not having a baby. And so dates are recommended once you get to sort of 36-ish weeks of pregnancy. They're also just really awesome and delicious. And when I'm craving something sugary, it's nice to have something that has fiber in it as well and all of that good stuff that isn't just like ice cream or chocolate, which, trust me, I want. The other thing that I'm doing is raspberry leaf tea. So this one is organic, which is nice, and it is loose leaf tea, so I had to get a little strainer for that as well. But raspberry leaf tea helps to tone the uterus, which just means that it's going to be more ready to go when baby is coming, and it's going to help that labor to move along more effectively and just make it easier on everyone involved. So I am doing 1 to 2 cups of the raspberry leaf tea a day and probably about 5 dates. And then I will probably up both of those once we get closer to when baby is due. I am doing a lot of walking. So with having a dog, it kind of forces you to get out and walk anyway. And living in Germany without a car means that any errands that we're doing, like going to the supermarket or going to pick stuff up, is going to be like walking down the stairs with a backpack and then hopping on a train and then going somewhere, loading that backpack up, and then doing it all in reverse again. So it means that I do get a decent amount of steps every day, which is just generally really helpful to keep everything here moving and make sure that it's going to be not super tight or super weak when it then comes to labor. I am going to pregnancy yoga, and I'm also doing my own stretches at home. So with a lot of the pregnancy yoga, it is very much trying to strengthen the things that you're going to need the most that help to support all of this, but it's also trying to stretch out a lot of the stuff around it to make sure that your body's going to be nice and open and ready for baby. So I'm going to yoga once a week at the moment, which still feels like a lot. And I'm doing stretches at home when it kind of makes sense to me. I've also been consuming as many like positive birth stories as I can. I'm feeling really excited about labor, like going into it. I'm very excited to just get in and get it done, you know, which I think is a really good mindset to have. And I'm trying to keep it that way and to have different kind of options and variables in my head that are still keeping myself positive going into this. And part of that is just that it's nice to be positive about things. The other thing is that if you are scared and nervous, then the hormones will get in the way of labor progressing. And this is like a scientific thing. Whereas if you are feeling positive and relaxed, then everything can progress more effectively. It's less hard on you, it takes less time, all of that good stuff. So I'm trying to get as much influence into my space around positive birth stories as I can. That being said, I am still keeping myself very educated on all of the different possibilities, but I'm doing it in a way that's based on the likelihood of those things actually happening. So for example, if I were to go into labor before 37 weeks, I'm not going to be going to my birth center. I'm going to be going to the hospital because that's protocol for prior to 37 weeks. That's evidence-based. There's more risk there. So they want you to have more available. That is totally fine, you know? And if things were not progressing as we wanted them to, I will work with my midwives to figure out how we try to address those and when we need to make a call on things, all of that. But the likelihood actually of me needing to be transferred, and also the likelihood of me needing to be transferred in an actual like emergency situation, is very low because I am a low risk pregnancy. So it's trying to be mindful of the anything can happen, but also the stuff that is in control. Let's really work with that to try to keep things progressing as healthily and as well as we can. Yeah, so it's a very balanced approach that we're trying to take here. Alongside that, I've also read up on hypnobirthing, which is not about being hypnotized while you're birthing. That's not the point. They say in the book that like the name is quite unfortunate, which having read it, I do agree with that. So the book that I read, I will let you guys know because I got it on Kindle and it is very affordable. It was like a couple of dollars on Kindle. It's like the cheapest book I've ever got. So it's called Hypnobirthing: Practical Ways to Make Your Birth Better by Siobhan Miller. And it has just been really helpful both for myself and also for my husband to really understand, like, firstly, the physiology of like actually what is happening in your body. Because we kind of say you're in labor, there's contractions, and then your cervix dilates, and then this thing's happen, blah, blah, blah. For specialists in that area, you kind of hear that and you go, oh, okay, so you kind of have A and then B and then C and then D. And seeing how it's connected and how it all actually progresses is actually quite difficult. This book has been really awesome for explaining really what's going on so you really understand what is happening through that journey. And that's been really, really helpful. And also a lot of tools for understanding how to cope in different situations, in different scenarios, and still feel confident and in control, and like you can advocate for yourself, and like you can understand what's going to be helpful for you, what's not going to be helpful for you. So yeah, it's just been a really useful thing, I think. And I want to kind of skim read through the book again. I've fully read it, but I want to skim back through again in the next few weeks to make sure that that's really like front of mind for myself, so that I can really help to use those techniques. The techniques I'm specifically talking about is mostly going to be around controlling my breath and helping to keep myself in a calm, relaxed state so that my body can do what it needs to do to effectively get baby out. basically kind of a getting out of my own way kind of situation. Yeah. Also from the hypnobirthing book, but just generally from advice, I'm trying to keep myself, they call it UFO, upright, forward, and open. So you can't see right now, but I'm sitting with one leg extended out in front of me, this leg extended out this way, and I'm actually leaning forward a little bit with my belly down. So it's about trying to avoid like slouching back like this or like this, and trying to keep yourself upright, forward, and open. And that gives baby the right kind of direction and space to be able to sit in a healthy position, to be able to engage the right way so that you don't have spine to spine, so that you have spine forward. This is particularly important for me, I think, because at my last few checkups, baby has been spine to spine, and I think that that's because I've been sitting back too much, and that was partly just due to the furniture that we had in our last place. It's a bit easier for me here, so I'm really trying to keep that in mind, and that's also what we want to be doing in labor, is keeping that upright, forward, and open. So if I'm already practiced at that, then that's going to be really helpful, and that just again helps to keep baby engaged in the right way and helps to use gravity and all of that really good stuff. So I'm practicing doing that now. All right, last thing on my list is that I am expressing colostrum. So I did wait to get my midwife's approval on this. I know that in some places they say like, oh, you can do this from like 32 weeks. In some places they say don't do this until like 37 weeks when baby's term. Just because like nipple stimulation can encourage contractions to start, and then that could encourage early labor, I think is generally the fear there. But yeah, at 34 weeks, my midwife said, yep, you're fine to do that. So I am expressing colostrum and then freezing that. And I think it's been good for me to practice kind of seeing how all of this is going to work, and then also having a little freezer stash of colostrum there ready to go if I do end up needing to use that. For those who are curious, there's a lot of guides out there on how to do this if you're at that like later stage of pregnancy and you've been approved by your midwife or by your lead maternity care provider. But basically it's using the C squeeze. You can look up the C squeeze in order to do that. And I'm just kind of trying different things to see how it works. I was originally using the tiny syringe to essentially get drops and then suck those up. What I've now gone to is using like a little like almost egg cup and getting the drops to go into the egg cup and then sucking them up with a little syringe. So it's just in little 1 ml syringes in our freezer. What I haven't put on here as part of preparing for labor is now I'm actually able to kind of sort my space a bit. And so generally I will also just be kind of nesting finally, now that we are in the space that we're going to be in for having baby. Nesting and just getting everything ready and feeling like I'm in a safe, supported environment where I have what I need. That is going to be really awesome. So that's kind of everything on how I'm trying to prepare for labor, like physically and emotionally and mentally. That is where we are at. So I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling excited. I can't wait for this to actually happen and then to let you guys know how it went. So thank you guys so much for joining me. If you do have any questions about any of this, please add that in the comments down below. If you have recommendations of your own, that would be really awesome. Please do share. And other than that, I will see you guys again next time. Take care. Bye.